This is a Noctua NH-D15 CPU cooler. It's installed on an ASRock X370 Tai Chi motherboard with a AMD socket AM4 running a Ryzen 7 1700 processor. This device, or the heatsink, is, as far as I know, identical, at least as far as assembly, to the older NH-D14. At the very least, they're close enough that this guide will tell you everything you need to know about that one as well. I don't know for absolute certain that this is a D15. I purchased this as a secondhand unit. I didn't get packaging or anything, so I can only go on what the original owner told me, which is that, in fact, it is a NH-D15. I think they stopped selling the 14 long before the AM4 platform came out for the Ryzen. So I guess it would probably have to be a 15. I don't think there is a 14. I guess maybe they have an adapter kit or something. But so this is something that if you installed it yourself, unless it was a long time ago and you just forgot, you're going to know how to take this thing apart. But if you're like me and you come across a lot of secondhand hardware, it's possible you'll see one of these. If you've never worked with one before, it's possible you'll see one of these sitting on the motherboard and it'll look daunting, like, how the heck do I take that off? The reason I'm taking this one off is I want to put some fresh thermal paste on it, clean it out, and typically when I sell systems, I want complete photos. So I want a photo of the motherboard without the CPU heatsink on it. I want an independent photo of the CPU, and I've never worked with a Ryzen before, so I want to get a look at it. It's not that different from FX, I don't think, as far as physical size and shape and all that, but I just want to get a look at it. So let's get started here. The first thing you do is there's one of these on each side that holds the fan on. It's just this little metal bracket is all it is. The easiest way to do it is with a little motion of your thumb, hook your thumb on it and pull it backwards just a little bit, apply backwards pressure on it, and that'll bend it just enough that you can release it from this hooked part of, you can kind of see it right there, that hooked part of the metal fin array. Pull that one off, and then again on the other side there's an identical, and it comes off the exact same way. The fan just lifts up and out, and you pull it off of, you can kind of see there, it's just a fan plugged into the motherboard, so you pull that off, set it aside, and the second one is set up the exact same way. It's just in the center of the thing here. So you do this, same exact thing. Pull that backwards, you can kind of even see it just barely moving. Pull it backwards, that releases it from the hooked part. And then the same thing on the other side again. So right here, same thing. And this just lifts up and out. Gonna kind of make sure you keep these, they've got kind of a spring motion to them. You want to make sure you keep them faced outwards so they don't get caught on this fin array as you're trying to remove it. And then this is where you realize how easy this actually is to do. Let me zoom in here just a little if I can. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. So, let's see if I can do this right. Camera does not want to cooperate. Okay, so we zoom in, and you can actually see, is that the furthest we can get? Looks like that's as far as we can get in, but that's close enough. So this right here, it's right in the center. Let's see if I can get it to focus a little better. I guess that's as good as it wants to give me. So right in the center here, just insert your screwdriver down inside there. Too bad that does not want to let me focus. Let's see. Can you see that better? There we go. I think it's focused a little better. Okay. So you unscrew this. This one, it's a little bit tight, it looks like. Let's you might want to stick your finger. So the goal here, I don't want to push too hard and bend the motherboard, so you might want to support it underneath. This one's really tight. I've never seen one that tight. Okay, so now we got it loose. Got one here, and I would actually loosen. So the other side is set up the exact same way. Just another screw right here. Same thing. I would kind of brace it, like push up on here so you don't bend down on the motherboard. See if I can get that a little closer. Show you what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm just putting my fingers right there like that. And then that way I can push as hard as I need to loosen the screw, but without bending the motherboard, which I've bent motherboards like that before, not permanently, but I have bent them like that before without damaging them, but you don't want to do it if you don't have to. So both of the screws come out, or I guess they're technically captive screws. It's part of this whole assembly. So you pull that off. Sorry, my hand in the way there. Okay, so then you pull the other one. Kind of see that through there. Same thing. You finish unscrewing. Let's actually switch this over here so you can actually see it. Okay, so then that one is the exact same way. The screw's already loose. You just finish unscrewing it. And this just lifts right off. It's that simple. It looks complicated when you first see it, but it's actually quite easy. So I'm not going to pull this one off, but it's really easy to do. You can see what's going on now. I believe they have a metal, or it's not even metal, it's a plastic. Oh, I guess it is metal. It's a back plate here. Dang it. Put my camera back up. Just a second. So I guess I can't really do that way. So there's a metal back plate that the screws go into. All you have to do is unscrew, and I believe this is even the manufacturer's stock setup. All you have to do is unscrew that, and these just pull right out, and that's self-apparent. Anyway, though, I hope if anyone had any questions on how to pull this out. Oh, it is worth mentioning too. You can put any fans you want on here. So if you wanted to have this cooler, but with an RGB fan setup, you could. A lot of people think the Noctua fans are ugly. I think they're part of the Noctua aesthetic, so whatever. But the Noctua fans are usually quiet. They don't have, ticking noises and stuff like that. That's kind of their thing is quietness. So you might want to use those, but you can certainly swap them if you want. Yeah, no, I think that's the whole process. If there's any questions, comments, feel free to leave them. If you find this kind of stuff useful, consider hitting the subscribe button. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this kind of stuff, and the more interest I get, the more subscribers I get, the more I'm going to try to produce this stuff. Creating a video like this does take a few minutes. I mean, it's not an all-day thing, but I gotta set cameras up. I gotta get lighting and everything out to do these. So I'm a little reluctant to do a lot of these, but if I get a lot of people interested in them, I will start doing a lot more of them. Anyway, thanks for watching the video.